gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Bell Wilbur.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Bury the Booking Podcast, wrestling podcast. My name is Del. That is Devin. How are we today?
Another great day.
Another
Can't
great
complain
day.
about nothing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Nah.
We are recording on our classic Sunday, and it is actually Mother's Day Sunday. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the expected mothers, and all of the above. So there's that.
Y'all did a thing.
Y'all did a thing. Definitely shout out to all of the moms out there. News note, as you've seen from our last podcast, or heard from our last podcast, however you chose to consume it, number one, thank you. And so let's go ahead and confirm some future stuff. So that is New England Fan Fest for 2027. We will definitely be a part of that. So as the months tick closer, we'll of course have a lot more information in terms of guests and all that other stuff. But it was a very successful outing. Shout out once again to the Turnbuckles and Spilled Liquor podcast, teaming up with those guys once again for that. So New England Fan Fest 2027, here we come. So there's that. So with that out of the way, this weekend was some things happened in the world of pro wrestling, WWE in particular. So that is what we're here for today. What this episode is for. We are going to be covering WWE Backlash that took place last night, Saturday night. That was... How did we feel as a whole about WWE Backlash? This is, coming off of the heels of WrestleMania 42 in Vegas. This is Backlash. We're getting out of, we're getting the WrestleMania reset from this reset season out of the way a little bit, so we can try to, I guess, smooth things out as we head towards SummerSlam, which is the next gigantic event. But so this is, Backlash is usually that little step after WrestleMania where WWE supposedly gets its footing to move things forward in terms of stories and ending things or starting things. So how did we feel about this?
Overall, Backlash was a solid B.
Solid B, okay.
It wasn't horrible.
No.
So I give it a solid B.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, we'll talk about it. So let's talk about it. Let's take it from the top of WWE Backlash. It kicked off with Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker here in this match. Thoughts on this match?
So the outcome wasn't what I wanted, but it was what I expected.
Yes. Yeah, I think we all expected Bron to take this one. I feel like he needed it.
So I need to see exactly where this goes and what this leads into, because I don't really see Bron Breakker being the star that they want him to be. I could be wrong, but this doesn't feel like a good enough push for this man. Like, I don't think the fans are fully behind him to be this big star.
They like him to a degree. They like him. They like barking. They like some of the explosiveness, which I get. Again, I've said it before.
Old.
Yeah,
it's like, I get it. You, first off, Wayne Barrett, shut the I swear to God, I can't stand when that man talk.
You're not a Wade Barrett fan?
He says the dumbest crap out of his mouth all the time. Shut up. Let me enjoy the show without you add your dumb 2 cents. He ruins wrestling for me. I got to put that out there.
Oh, Wade Barrett ruins wrestling for
Ruins wrestling. Every time he opens his mouth, it's something either stupid, ignorant, or just wrong.
Okay.
I was enjoying this match. Then Wade Barrett starts adding his 2 cents into it. And I'm like, yo, you going to make me mute this. I can't stand him.
That's fair.
But Bron Breakker, he does get to a point where the spear is kind of old. It's used too much. Like, it was used too much in this match.
I mean, that's his thing.
That's his. But it's got to be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not impactful.
I mean, he does it.
You showing me? No, that's garbage. You showing me how
speed.
No. You showing me how weak you are, that you got to keep throwing your signature move at a guy that ain't putting him down. That's the issue I have with it.
Okay.
Is it impressive? Yes. I love he has a great spear. Better than Roman's. But you use it too much. You need a couple things in your arsenal other than the spear.
Well, he did the Frankensteiner.
I don't even like that move.
No?
No. Because it's no. We don't need all that. I need a good slam from you. I need a good slam. I don't even know what it's called. But when they run up, grab him, spin with you, I don't know what it's called.
Like a running power slam type thing?
Like a running power slam. Something good. A good slam.
Okay.
And then you would be a better first off, you look whack. Cut that out. That outfit, trash. The jacket, trash.
He's channeling his roots. He's channeling that Steiner blood.
You look garbage.
Oof.
You look like garbage. Cut that out. That's not you.
That's not you,
buddy.
Him and Seth had some back and forth in the beginning of the match. Well, Seth came out of the House of Fire in the beginning, took control of the match, and then Bron was able to get an opening. Then the match turned a little bit more into a back and forth. I mean, the match was okay. I said it before and I'll say it again. For Bron Breakker, I don't feel anything. He doesn't give me anything. He doesn't evoke any emotion from me. Was the match decent? Yes, the match was decent. Mm-hmm. Him and Seth, was a good match, very good match. I don't care. There's nothing about Bron Breakker that gets me to care, and I don't know. There's just like I said, I sound like a broken record, but there's a disconnect between me and Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like the right person won, depending on where this goes, because I feel like he did need this. But as you heard from Seth afterwards during the post, he's not done with division. His priority is to get the World Heavyweight Championship, yes, but he wants to destroy and take down division, and he said he's not done with that. So it doesn't appear like he's done with Bron or the rest of division, who we did see in this match as well. Of course, you've seen Austin Theory. Of course, you've seen Logan Paul out here as well, and Paul Heyman, of course, was with Bron Breakker during the match. But I mean, this match was I didn't hate the match at all.
First off,
there's a lot of spears. Yes.
Yeah. What the heck was Austin Theory doing? Who invited this man to this party?
He was trying to help.
He's a weirdo. Hold on, I got a cough.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to get something here. Austin Theory and Logan Paul. Kind of thought that might have been it. Seth gets back in the ring and then eats a spear, but that was a near fall. Couple spear near falls, couple near falls all together in this matchup. And you would see that throughout the course of the night. A bunch of false finishes and near falls. That was kind of the tale of what was going on during Backlash. But, I mean, the match was fine. Like I said, Bron Breakker wins, beats Seth Rollins. But what's next for Bron and Seth? Do we go right back into this feud? Like, is this feud like complete, just like not over, and we see what happens next on Raw, and that just still means both of them do this thing? And then if we continue this on, I do feel like, all right, Seth will probably get the win back, and then what? But
yeah, I need to see what's going on down the line with these two guys. Like, what exactly are we? What exactly are we doing here? Because I'm not opposed to them running this back.
Yeah, no.
But I am opposed if it gets repetitive. I don't want this to feel repetitive. Where's the? I personally don't see the end in this.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, what is the ending here? Like, does Seth vanquish the Vision? Is the Vision still going to be a thing after this rivalry with him and Rollins? Like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I guess time will tell for that. So next we had the United States Championship match. We had Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Sami and Trick have been in this rivalry for quite some time. We've had gingerbread men come back from the dead, as we seen on SmackDown the night before during the funeral, where the whole Little Yachty coming out of the casket thing with the gingerbread man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Trick and Sami Zayn are now. I'll ask you this: thoughts on the match, number one, and then about Sami Zayn. Like, is this where you want Sami Zayn, the direction of Sami Zayn to go in?
Yes.
Okay.
This is we get into a good Sami Zayn right now. He's established that he's a heel. He's heel mode, obviously. I just need a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we're I think we're looking to get some more. I mean, it's only downhill for Sami now that he obviously did not successfully get back the United States Championship. I mean, of course,
and that's good.
Yeah, no, he's not supposed to. I think Trick Williams should be the U.S. champion for a little while. I think we should lean on this. This is good. Hopefully we get to something with him and Carmelo Hayes. I've been looking for that for a while. Seems like the fans have been looking for that too. But I think let's just ride with Trick Williams right now.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while. If that means we gotta deal with the Little Yachty situation,
he should be out.
Then we'll deal with the Little Yachty situation.
Little Yachty got hurt.
Yeah, he Sami Zayn took him down for a quick minute, but he was able to recover enough to start throwing money around. So I guess that's gonna be a thing.
I hope not. You see, Lil Yachty, if you listen to this, you setting our people back generations with this. You are setting us back. Don't follow any of these tropes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Yachty. Don't do it.
And no, I don't know who you are. I don't. But that's just me. I'm a different era. I'm what they call a different type of black.
That's fair.
High Yalla. So as light-skinned people, we a different breed. You know what I mean? So no, I'm joking. To be honest, I didn't mind Little Yachty. He did more than the other bull. What's the other black bull rapper?
Oh, you talking about Travis Scott?
That's who he was?
The one that was supposed to be with Rock and with the whole Cena thing. Yeah, the one who busted Cody's eardrum.
Trash.
Yes,
At least
I
Lil
agree.
Yachty is
he's
doing things.
Little Yachty gets it though. So
Yeah.
I'm okay. I am okay with this. You know, he is 100% in on this, and you know, I can't be mad at that. You know, can't be mad at that at all. The match was good. I mean, it's Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to give you a good match. Again, you know, all signs are pointing to what happens now with Sami Zayn. Like, where do we go from here? I'm hoping I don't know. I'm hoping we turn up the heat on this heel Sammy.
Yeah, I need Sammy to lose it.
Yeah.
I need this to be fired up. Now, here's the thing. I don't want Sammy as like violent and flipping tables and stuff like that. I need more cerebral attacks towards people.
Okay.
Getting in people's heads, throwing them off their game.
Because it's happened to him, you know? Like, it's,
exactly.
You know, it's, yeah.
Exactly.
That stuff. Okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with
and
that.
And that's the type of, excuse me, that's the type of Sammy I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. Next up was the tag team match. This was The Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and Danhausen's mystery partner. Your thoughts?
We didn't need this at all. It wasn't entertaining to me.
Okay.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't. First off, shout out to the little luchador.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Didn't realize he was a real wrestler. He a real wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't remember his name. Toros? What am I getting wrong?
Close enough. You got it.
Close enough.
Minihausen.
So he's cool. I'm not calling him that. I'm not going to disrespect him and call him that.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
He cool. Doing work.
You know what? The sidebar, I feel like we might have to have a random segment on a podcast one day where we're gonna get Devin to learn the pronunciations of luchadors.
Oh gosh.
Maybe one luchador an episode. I don't know. I just thought of that just now for our listeners that have listened to the podcast.
Yo, I took high school Spanish and 2 years of conversational level college Spanish. Still can't do it.
Fun fact, I was there for the high school Spanish.
Shout out Mr. Sebastian. I did not give you that heart attack.
No, I don't think you did. I mean, you're not
gonna put that on my karma.
Yeah, there's mists out there, yeah. But I don't believe you did either. But yeah. So we got Miz and Kit Wilson, which I like. I like Miz and Kit Wilson. Mm-hmm. It fits. Miz is that Swiss Army knife of everything. Miz is just he pairs well with anybody because it's the Miz. That's what he does. Then we get Danhausen. There were a lot of people. Who did you think it was going to be before we got the reveal of?
I texted it out.
Yeah, in the chat, that was hilarious. You said it was Gangrel.
I thought it was gonna be Gangrel. Yo, I would have put money on him. He's not that old. He like 57.
That I never would have expected or even thought of Gangrel until you sent that in the text, and that was hilarious.
Epic. I would have thought that'd have been perfect. Perfect.
Gangrelhausen.
I'd have loved it. That would have made this match so much better if Gangrel would have came out. Now he ain't got to do nothing.
No, well, yeah, no, he So it wasn't Gangrel, spoiler alert, and it wasn't
No.
anybody else that anybody would have thought of. Then, you know, if you had CM Punk on your bingo card, it was not CM Punk. If you had who else? Jelly Roll was out there. You know, people were thinking about. There was
I don't want to see any more Jelly Roll.
you name it. It wasn't them. Instead, we got a cloning machine, and Danhausen pried open the cloning machine, and out came Minihausen. At first the crowd was like, "Yeah, no, this ain't what we want."
No.
But then they realized, oh wait, this is not just, you know, this is not just a little person playing Minihausen. This is legit. We're actually having a wrestling match right now, because
Yeah, this is the real deal.
There's actually 4 wrestlers in this match right now.
Yeah. This is the real deal. When I saw him come out do work, I'm like, yeah, he know what he doing.
Mhm.
He know what he doing. This wasn't just, you know. And I guess you want this because you got the AAA event coming up.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, you know, and again, Triple A has been doing
What I say, Triple H?
No, I said Triple H.
Oh,
You were right this time.
Okay.
But Triple A has been doing fantastic stuff.
Mhm.
You know, just watching their shows, it's been great. And of course, you know, the announcement of the 2 nights, which is going to be huge for them. Yeah, so, you know, once people realize that, okay, this, and I think people were holding out hope for maybe, you know, this just being the entrance of Minihausen, and then, you know, okay, well, somebody else will come out and help. And we didn't get that. But again, like you said, you know, once we realized, like, oh wait, that's, you know, that's El Torito. Like that's someone that can actually do things.
Now, I would have thought it'd been great too when he went back into the cloning booth.
Mm-hmm.
Oba would have came out in some makeup. Oba would have came out with the Danhausen makeup on.
That would have been ridiculous. I mean, that would have been cool, but it would have killed everything that we're building with Oba right now.
No, how?
We don't even be that fun right now.
Oh.
Like, yeah, we still gotta, you know, this is the guy that retired Brock. He can't be out here.
He can't have no jokes.
He can't be out here goofing off right now. Not this early in the game. You know, maybe after, hopefully it doesn't happen, but you know, I've seen a lot of wrestling to know. I'm like, after they get their mileage out of him, and then they're like, oh, you know, that experiment has came and gone. Now we're just, you know, now he's the fun guy. But no, yeah, so we had an actual match. The match wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it had its moments. Of course, you know, you have Miz and Kit Wilson trying to do stuff, and you know, it was kind of awkward in the very beginning of it, but you know, it kind of leveled out. Yes, then we get to the part where Minihausen and Kit Wilson are on the ramp. He gets thrown back in the cloning machine. And then tons of other Minihausens come out of the cloning machine.
Yeah.
Chaos ensues with this, and, you know, obviously Danhausen was not going to lose a match right now. So that's what happened. Speaking of Danhausen, we'd seen some wrestling moves out of Danhausen. Do we at least like that?
The wrestling I'm cool with.
Okay.
100% cool with the wrestling.
Okay.
Everything else?
No?
No. Nah, cut it out, buddy. No.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it came around because initially the crowd was not into this at all because everyone thought it was going to be somebody that it wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
and but again, it worked out, which seems to happen for Danhausen. It worked out because that debut wasn't the best, but then rebounded his next appearance on Raw and everything worked out. So if you're Danhausen, it's working out.
Where did you who'd you think was gonna come out?
I had no idea at first. There was a slight part of me, very slight part of me that almost bought into the CM Punk talk.
Mm.
But it's like, because Punk wasn't advertised for Backlash at all.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, but it's like, do you really want Punk teaming with Danhausen? Like, that's the last thing we seen from him was losing to Roman in the main event of WrestleMania, and for him to, even though he's friends with Danhausen, I just didn't see that playing out for Punk as a character on TV. So then I was like, I kind of don't know. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just wait and see. But I was not expecting what we got.
I don't think we should have had Punk because it was Punk's got other stuff that we need to worry about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Punk has other things that needs to be worried about, and this ain't one of them.
And this ain't it. This ain't it. So after that, we had the match between IYO SKY and Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for my money, which isn't a lot, but for me, this was the match of the night for me. IYO and Asuka was a fantastic wrestling match. But I'll get your thoughts, and then we'll chat about some things, because some things.
This, yeah, you said this was the best match of the night, hands down, the best match of the night.
Yeah, you give someone like IYO and Asuka time, you see what you get. This was a very good match from start to finish. Well, I really, really enjoyed the match. Best match of the night again, like said for me.
It's actually 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm glad now in hindsight that we didn't get this at WrestleMania, because the theme of WrestleMania was like 6-minute matches, because they had so many other commercials and other stuff that they were doing for WrestleMania. So the wrestling suffered on that.
Yes,
at WrestleMania. So I'm glad we actually got to see this for Asuka and IYO. Yeah, the match, good back and forth between both of them. Good, almost near falls and near finishes. But of course, we got the "We Want Kyrie" chants, because Kyrie saying was a huge, if not the focal point of the rivalry between IYO and Asuka this time around. And we all know what happened with that and how that transpired. But not for nothing, they made it work, and it did. IYO SKY got the clean win. After they fought to the outside, Asuka went to go do the mist. IYO blocked the mist.
Smart move.
I mean, it's only so many times that you would probably want your eyes to burn from.
You're not gonna keep spitting in my face. Like, that's just not how this is gonna work. Like, you're not doing this all the time. Cut this out.
So yeah, that played into the going towards the end of the match, as Asuka kind of exhausted her big her big thing and towards the end, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
certainly I'll be able to miss her and then get advantage and be able to win, but that was not to happen. Again, Io gets the clean win over Asuka, and then after the match, we got a show of respect from Io to Asuka, and then we got a lot of emotion from Asuka, embracing Io and Io embracing her, and it looked like
A goodbye.
yeah, looked like a goodbye. And signs right now, as still fresh, things are still going around, the whirlwind's still swirling, but signs are pointing to it being the goodbye, at least for WWE, for Asuka.
And you know what? I'm not mad at her for it. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
how they are treating people and talent and stuff like that, which I get it, it's a business, cool.
mhm,
But like Asuka can do so much better in other places.
agreed.
She don't need the WWE. Like if she goes back to New Japan, she gonna be fine. Shoot, if she go anywhere,
She goes
gonna be
anywhere.
fine.
If she goes anywhere at all.
Yeah.
She is golden anywhere at all. And of course, the rumors are swirling that maybe Asuka was one of the ones that they proposed that cut to, and she was one that said, "Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and dip out. We'll have this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get this match out, and then but." We don't know for sure. We don't know 100% of anything for sure until we know.
Because nobody know what Asuka says anyway.
Until we know 100%. We do know about the social media posts she put out, prior to Backlash. But again, and of course, some of her colleagues posting, pictures of Asuka and things like that, the black and white photos and stuff like that. So, but like I said, all signs are pointing to it being the goodbye. And again, if it is for WWE and it's not for wrestling in general, she'll be A-okay wherever she lands. Cause who's not gonna be? And if again, I hate to, it's the thing that everyone says, because it's naturally when someone gets released, it's like, oh well, what where's the landing spot going? And all signs are always, the first thing you think of is AEW, right? That's the first thing. It's the first thing you think of. In this case, I personally wouldn't be mad. In this case, I feel like
damn, can we get that? Can we get a?
You could do this. It could be done. You could. It can be done. We always say this about talent that we do feel like could go to AEW. It's like, if done correctly, that's always the wild card with AEW, though. It's always the wild card, but if done correctly, it could be great.
Yeah, I can see that.
It could be great.
I can see that
because she can wrestle not just WWE style. She can go back to wrestling how she did pre WWE, and have great matches with just, you look at people over there who just, you can just see it, like it would be great to see her in the ring with some of those women over there. So yeah, I mean, I would want to see that, I guess. I would want to see if she goes anywhere. I think I would want to see what an AEW looks like.
Not for long. I don't think they're gonna see. She needs a whole lot of.
She needs presentation. She needs time. She needs care. She needs, and AEW doesn't always come through with those things, but they could. Like, you could get that stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
have matches over there. You can have the presentation over there. You can have like the big announcement of whatever she's gonna be. It's all elite and all of that. I could, and the money, but maybe it's
the money gonna be good. They're gonna pay her.
Oh yeah. They'll pay her for sure.
They're gonna pay her.
Oh, they'll pay her for sure. And if this is what it is, right now, Tony Khan's like, hey, look, let's
talk.
Yeah. That's what do you want? It's like one of those.
They on the phone with her right now.
Yeah. What do you want? Yeah. So we'll see what that looks like. Next up, we're going to not talk about the main event. We'll get there in a second, but let's talk about a huge, earth-shattering, business-shattering announcement that John Cena was making. First of all, we've seen John Cena more times now that he's no longer.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude, go home.
Right. But yeah, John Cena has, the announcement was the John Cena Classic. There's going to be matches. There's going to be an event. There's going to be a championship that he's stamping his name on. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on with this. It's going to be, I guess people from NXT, people from, I don't know if, we're going to involve people from Evolve, but as well as obviously the WWE main roster that are going to be involved in these matches, and the fans are going to be able to vote on who the winner and the Ultimate John Cena Classic champion is going to be, and that person might not necessarily be the person who wins matches.
Correct, because Nikita Lyons is already set up for the W. So let's stop playing these games here. I don't know what we doing. What we doing?
Do we announce a male and female? I would hope it is.
She can win both.
she just win out.
Like,
it doesn't even matter.
I'm not voting for nobody else.
You know what? He said you could vote. He didn't say, because obviously he made a point to say the person that wins, it doesn't matter if that person won or not.
Correct.
Because that person could have lost every match and still be a champion.
Still a champion.
Let's just say Nikita Lyons isn't even in this thing at all.
Who says
can't you just still vote for her?
Yes. Yes. And I swear to God, if you don't, I'll personally come at you. Personally. It'll be a personal attack against me and my character. Yes. What do we? I don't know what the discussion is. He should have just came out and announced Nikita Lyons, 2027 John Cena champion. What are we doing here? Cut that out, y'all. Wasting my time with all this extra stuff.
Yeah, none of this is needed.
None of it.
Yeah,
not a bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this thing works. We'll see who the participants are. We'll see what this is, how this voting thing works. Again, they can just do what they want in the end anyway. So
I'm gonna do what I want.
What does it really matter? I guess. But wow, sure. I guess we'll wait and see what happens with this John Cena Classic.
Just making stuff up at this point.
Yeah, we're just coming up with some stuff, but throw it at the wall and see what sticks. But I don't think it was as earth shattering as they wanted it to be. But
this could have been a text.
It's more confusing. It's more confusing.
I thought he was coming out to announce something crazy, like anything other than this. This show was a waste of time.
Yes, it was a little weird, little head scratching, but I don't know.
I'm be honest, I'm sick of seeing the guy.
You've seen John Cena too much.
I've seen him too much. I'm done with him. Like, what are we doing here? Why we keep all this extra stuff? I'm done with you, John Cena.
So let's talk about the main event of Backlash. Let's talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Thoughts on this?
Great match.
Yes. Yeah.
Mainly for Fatu. For Jacob.
It was a WWE main event match.
Yes.
PLE main event match.
So I wasn't upset about how it turned out or anything like that. Like, cause Jacob's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Jacob's gonna be all right. And this to me, this just adds more fuel to the fire when it comes to Jacob. That's all this does. This is it's a fire under him. He's gonna be ready to go. He's gonna cause more problems. And like I said in the text, I'm hoping that he runs through the entire family. Everybody who there. And then gets another chance with Roman. And then eventually gets the belt.
And it's very, very possible because the match again. Yes, match was very good. Again, for me, I had Asuka and IYO as the top, but this one was right up there as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, this match was good. This match had, again, I did not believe in my heart of hearts at all that Jacob Fatu was ever walking away with the World Heavyweight Championship. So the near falls were like, he's clearly kicking out of these or whatever. But the story was pretty much that Roman really couldn't overcome Jacob one-on-one in a fight. There was back and forth, of course, but as far as putting him away, he needed some help. He needed something. There was no Usos out there, so I'm glad we did not have that. I'm glad we didn't have, anybody picking a side or anything like that. It was, for the most part, for all intents and purposes, it was one-on-one match all together. Roman beat Jacob, not clean, but without any outside help. He used the environments, he used the ring to his advantage to get the win. And that's the part of it that gives you that, okay, Jacob got screwed this time, but he's not done with this. This isn't over. Mm-hmm. This is one of those things where, Roman took a shortcut. Roman took the easy way out because he knew he couldn't beat Jacob. Jacob was a little bit too much for him, but Roman decided to bend the rules, he didn't bend the rules, but he essentially cheated to win. After the match, of course, Jacob didn't take too kindly to the way the match ended and decided to try to choke the life out of Roman several times.
Just need to have a conversation with him.
He said some things.
That's all that was. He was just talking to the man closely, and everybody was getting all up in the fix about it.
He also talked to a couple other people closely, a couple of the WWE officials that caught some strays.
They all needed it.
Jacob was a little out of control there. Roman
was he out of control?
The narrative that everyone, including Roman, especially Roman right now at this point, is, see, this is why he wasn't even supposed to be here to begin with. This is exactly why. Exhibit A through Z is exactly why Jacob shouldn't be here. And Roman was like, this is your last night here. Like,
well, first off, Roman's kind of soft. Can we admit that he's gotten soft over the past, I don't know,
since WrestleMania, since losing at WrestleMania 40?
Yeah. He's gotten a little soft. He's not as intimidating as he once was.
Fair.
So you not that guy no more. You not him, Roman.
That's fair.
Sorry.
Sorry, Roman. That is fair though. But now we get to see what happens next, because clearly this isn't over. Roman, like I said, stated this was Jacob's last night here. Clearly, we know that's yeah. But what does that mean? What
exactly? What does that mean for
the story moving forward? What does that mean?
Because my thing is this: you're the one who's never there, Roman. You're never there. So how this is his last day? You about to take a long vacation.
Yeah.
So,
what does this mean?
It means that Roman's gonna go home, lick his wounds, come back, and try to have some form of authority over what goes on in the show. That's what this means.
Now, does this happen now? Does Jacob go on the rampage and then run into the Usos at this point now?
Correct. And here's the thing. When he goes against the Usos, handicap match. I want Fatu against both the Usos and him put both of them down.
Ooh.
That's what I want.
Okay.
That's what I want. That's what I need. That's how you gonna make Jacob that threat that everybody's like thinking he should be. You have him take out both the Usos. Same time. One match.
Oof.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell. I am interested to see what Roman meant by this is your last night here, and what that means for Jacob. And yeah, I think Jacob going against, because essentially he was straight wronged because for all intents and purposes he won, or he was going to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Roman, because Roman did not have an answer until he took that shortcut. So
let me tell you something. You know what Roman gonna do? He gonna go to HR and complain.
What if the beginning of Raw is like Roman talking to Adam Pearce, like, look, he attacked you too. He shouldn't even be. He's not fit for any of this.
And that would not surprise me from Roman Reigns. It wouldn't. I think that'd be awesome.
He shouldn't even be here. Yeah, this guy shouldn't even be here. Look at him. He attacking officials. He attacking general managers.
Crybaby.
Like,
that's what he is. Crybaby.
I'm interested to see how that goes. But that was WWE Backlash. That was, again, match was the match card was solid. Show was solid. We actually had wrestling on the show, which was good. We didn't have a whole lot of other stuff besides the John Cena announcement. Some people would argue with the Danhausen match, but the match turned into a match.
Yeah.
There was stuff in it, of course. And again, this is one of those things where you either like the character Danhausen or you don't. At least you got a match out of it, so
a little bit.
A little bit. You got something, and no pun intended with that little bit at all.
Didn't even think about it.
Until I said it, and then I'm like, no pun intended that at all. So we're finished with WWE Backlash, which leaves us with one final thing to do on the Bury the Booking podcast. People should know what that final thing to do is. This is the only thing that is more important than your mom on Mother's Day. Yeah, I said it.
Yo.
It is the greatest professional wrestling podcast segment in the history of professional wrestling podcasts. It is the one, it is the only AEW in a nutshell.
All right, people, because it is Mother's Day, we're going to go through this a little bit faster than what we usually do. Nothing really crazy on AEW, but we're going to start off with Dynamite. We start off with the AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match, Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson. We all know that Jon Moxley won that one, so we're going to move on to the next thing. We had a double Jeopardy match, AEW World Trio Championship, Orange Cassidy versus AEW Tag Team Champion, Dax Harwood. Surprisingly, fun match. I'm starting to like more Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy gets a W. No real celebration. Is Dax and his band of super friends come down to do some extra things in the ring. But Orange got his back up. First off, can we stop hyping up Roosh?
Come on, I like Roosh.
We get into it.
I know.
AEW International Championship, Okada defends against Brian Keith. First off, who taught Brian Keith how to wrestle? I got to give it to him on this one. Brian Keith is all right.
They gave him an opportunity, and he showed some strength.
He showed up. Too bad he still couldn't beat Okada.
No.
Don Callis comes out talking some trash. He gives Okada the mic, declaring he wants more than just an international championship. He wants the AEW World Championship. Good for him. Good for him. Mina Shirakawa, Harley Cameron, Shibata, Chris Statlander.
Cheetah.
It is a D, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shitita and Statlander get the W. We move on to the AEW Championship match. Darby Allin against Kevin Knight. I'm sorry. This was...
I know you're not a Kevin Knight guy.
No. I got to give it to Kevin Knight.
I gotta
give it to Kevin Knight.
Wait a minute now.
I got to give it to Kevin.
There's a breakthrough.
This was... How can I put this? This match was more than I expected on a random day. You know what I mean? It was so much more than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting none of this. And it was worth it. It definitely was worth it. Darby retains.
Yes.
We see Sting come out to the ring to celebrate, which is great. But this is... Now, I don't know. I was watching the same thing as everybody else. But why did Collision,
just go right? Why did we just go right into Collision?
We went right into Collision.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Speedball Mike Bailey going against AR Fox. Speedball gets a W. Jamie Hayter against Sky Blue. Jamie Hayter gets a W. Roosh versus Manny Lowe. We knew Roosh was going to win because don't nobody know who Manny Lowe was. We had a 10-man tag team with the Young Bucks Bang Bang versus the Dogs and the Death Riders.
There's a lot going on.
It was a lot going on. Young Bucks gets that W. Young Bucks and the Bang Bang gets the W. Now, here's another crazy thing. Now, we went right into Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But then I watched another Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Fairway to Hell.
Fairway to Hell, yep. With the golf. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, see, I don't watch it like regular people.
Right.
So we had the AEW International Championship match. Jack Perry going against Mark Davis. First off, Mark Davis wins. Did not expect that, but that's okay.
It's okay. I'm cool.
That.
I'm okay.
We had the AEW World Tag Team Championship Divine Dominion going against Ruthie Slay and Rachel Ray. I don't know where they get some of these people. I guess because they were at hey, you want to wrestle? Like if me and you go to the show, they're going to ask us, hey, y'all guys want to do a tag team? We're here.
To be fair, they have a little more experience than we do.
I don't know, but Devon Domain gets the W.
I don't know.
We had a standby match with Speedball and Karrion Gray.
Mike Bailey out there working.
He's doing too much. Mike Bailey gets the W. We're going to move into an AEW Championship no countouts match. Darby Allin against Pac. What's it? Can we not abuse Darby like this?
First of all, Darby is the AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
Things like this shouldn't be happening and not taking nothing away from Pac. But when you have a match that is being sold between you and MJF, and you trying to take MJF's hair, we shouldn't be almost biting the bullet from Pac. Again, not taking anything away from Pac, but you are in the main storyline for arguably your biggest show against arguably the biggest star in AEW.
Well, Darby wins.
Stop, Darby. He won't.
Yeah.
He won't.
So that was pretty much AEW in a nutshell.
Yeah, that was AEW in a nutshell. So that's going to do it for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us on the Bury the Booking podcast. Once again, please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow us on the socials. The TikTok is moving. Instagram's moving. We're doing stuff. Finally starting to, throw some stuff out there and get you hook and reel and all that good stuff. But we'll be back next week when we get back to, we'll see the fallout from Backlash and what happens with that, and we will wrap AEW up in a nutshell once again, as we do so well. Till then, next time.